Super fighting robot.
Super fighting robot.
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Mega Man. Bass and treble, yo.
I like Mega Man.
Bass and treble.
Not rock.
I like bass and treble. Well, no, in the Mega Man universe, those are my guys.
Right.
I liked them.
I think Treble is actually named Treble in the English version too.
Yeah.
His dog is named Treble, right?
Well, bass and treble are the Wily version of Mega Man. Like he
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, bass is, but the dog Treble that he has is kind of like it's supposed to be like Rush. Mega Man's dog.
Yeah. Which I like how they.
Yeah, no.
I love the universe. Like that's so fun.
And then Proto Man's name is Blues.
Yeah.
Even though he's red.
And then he just blew my mind. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, they have plenty of music Easter eggs in there.
Yeah, but just when it comes to the main characters, like all the champions are just random hodgepodges.
Right. Yeah.
Just depending on like
Bubble
what the powers
Man.
are. Yeah.
Flame Man.
Bubble Man's the worst. It's like
Attack
I'm
you.
Bubble Man. It's like what do you do? Bloop, 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 bloop.
That doesn't seem very effective. Ow! Why do these bubbles hurt?
Yeah, it's like in reality, it's like I am Bubble Man. It's like okay, and then he's blowing his bubbles like we're done here, and then he just beams up.
So Jake, why are we talking about Mega Man?
Because Mega Man's awesome. How can they ruin it?
It's funny you say that because Cartoon Network is
not known for doing good things with comic book characters and video game characters.
Certain things, yeah.
We won't say Teen Titan Go, but we can definitely think it.
You took a great idea with Teen Titans and you ruined it.
What a great show, right?
That was an awesome show.
Yeah, it was a great show based off of the Warner Brothers studio. It was like the same studio doing the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened?
They decided like, oh, you like all this little anime quips, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do hot dogs and pizzas and Coke products. Woo, candy.
Oh,
Let's do
goodness.
that.
So, Mega Man is being brought to Cartoon Network in 2018 in a very Kim Possible-esque way.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah.
I don't mind the design of his outfit. Like, I think the design of his outfit, it is kind of that basic blue armor thing going on. I don't like the style.
I don't like the face. I don't like the eyes, personally, as far as that's concerned. But stylization aside, Kim Possible had its moments. The only problem with it is just the writing, what they're gearing it towards.
Right.
And it worked for Kim Possible, but as far as...
I feel like Kim Possible was marketed towards preteens.
Yeah.
Mega Man has had a long time fans.
Mega Man's NES, the original platformer.
See,
yeah.
And the thing about Kim Possible is we're probably going to keep talking about... This is just the Kim Possible segment.
It's not even the same studio, though, right?
It wouldn't surprise... Well, it can't be because that was done by Disney.
Yeah. Well, Disney doesn't...
They don't do anything with Cartoon Network.
Disney does third party, though, like as far as studios
Maybe.
go.
They might. They might.
But then again, Disney does try and contract you so that now you're only a subsidiary of Disney.
Right. And if you ever sign up to do the voice of a character,
yeah,
that is all you will ever do.
Yeah.
But this version of Mega Man kind of... The problem is with Kim Possible, there's nothing else that you have to compare it to. Like, there's only one version of that show. Same thing with Fairly Odd Parents, which I think was done, in-house at Cartoon Network.
I loved Fairly Odd Parents.
Right, but there's nothing to compare it to.
We're not going to talk about the live action. That was terrible. Because I had something to compare it to. The actual TV show.
Oh.
Yeah, they did one, maybe two of those, if I remember.
That's.
But
bad.
I want to know about Mega Man. I want to know, do we have any information as far as the way that the story is going to be? Is it going to be like a traditional Mega Man story, or is it basically going to be like White Goku in Dragon Ball? The weirdest.
I don't want to get into... Well, are you talking about Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yes.
Okay. Don't have a problem that they cast that... I don't think the casting was a problem. There was a lot of other problems in that movie.
You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you took the Japanese out of.
He's an alien, though.
That's
He doesn't have any ethnicity.
That's true. That's true. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as in like a race thing. I'm just saying like it was weird to all of a sudden make it like a team, like almost rom-com.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that movie had so many problems.
Yeah, that's what we're focusing on as far as what I'm focusing on as far as like the story goes. I don't want to see them just completely destroy the story of Mega Man because it's.
And I don't even know if this is like so. If you know anything about Mega Man, like there's different Mega Mans.
Yeah.
Like there's X.
You're talking generations though.
Right, it's all the same timeline, but there are different versions of Mega Man.
Years and a bunch of future dystopias. Mega Man is the now. Mega Man is the what's happening current time.
Is that what this is going to be about, though? Is this going to be like a retelling of classic Mega Man?
That's what the art style looks like. It looks like it's going off of Mega Man because Mega Man X has a different stylization than Mega Man.
Big robot boots.
Yeah. And this one looks
classic
more,
90s robot,
traditional. But
he kind of looks traditional, but it's like it looks like an updated take on his traditional outfit. And it could still be good. It's just the problem with something like that where you have so many different takes on Mega Man that already exist that look better.
You remember Scissor
it's going to be hard
Man
getting
from
into
the
it.
original?
Who?
Scissor Man.
Cutman,
yeah. From the original cartoon.
And heaven forbid we call them anything else but have it ended man, or in Mega Man 9, Splash Woman.
Oh. Why don't they have any women?
Huh?
Why don't they have any?
As Robot Masters?
Yeah, they have Roll, and that's it.
And then she doesn't do any combat, hardly.
No. I think, like, her weapon is a vacuum.
And then I think in the Mega Man X universe, there was like a female robot who just did support, just like Roll.
Yeah, you had Zero go out there, and it's like, oh, we're halfway there with the hairstyle.
I was gonna say he's got long blonde hair. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta start somewhere. Why have genders for robots anyway?
Because we need to relate to them somehow.
Oh my goodness.
That's true. Why have genders for robots? I believe in robots deserve gender neutrality, okay?
Either give them all 52 genders or none.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what type of oil they use.
You got running through your system, man.
Yeah. I believe everyone deserves to go to the same oil shop.
So do you think we should give Cartoon Network a chance on this?
I don't know. Cartoon Network does good work, but does super bad work too. It's hard to say.
Now, I'm very happy with what they've been doing with Samurai Jack.
Yeah, I was about to say Samurai Jack.
They've shown 4 episodes so far of what's going to be the last season, and it's really strong. And they didn't just go like, okay, we're showing this show at 11 o'clock Eastern time at night. It's on our Adult Swim run, so we're just gonna go complete, adult-oriented stuff. They added blood and people die in it now. That's all they've done to make it adult.
Well, it's like we were talking earlier. I'm pretty sure
which
the
is
cameras
great.
were
I
off,
think.
But we were talking earlier about certain franchises of video games and how the only thing that they can do is just progress with their either raunchy or violent or like overtly sexual tones,
right?
To try and keep people, not interested but addicted because of their baser
keep
instincts.
Them coming back.
Yeah, like crack. It's like, oh my god, there's simulated torture scenes in this one.
Yeah,
that's what we're seeing a lot of lately with Samurai Jack. I've been watching every single episode. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's exactly what I want.
You've been watching the new season?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Are you kidding me? God. But what I like about it is, let's take Harry Potter, for example. Huge gaps between some of the books, and the children themselves are growing up. as you go from book 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, the vocabulary that you need to comprehend what they're talking about in the book increases.
Changes.
Yeah, like you're growing up with the book, and as she's writing it for the same audience that came in.
That are now a few years older.
So now Samurai Jack's been what, 15 years? 10?
10.
Yeah,
it's
10
been
years.
It's been about I think 2005, so 12 years or so.
So like 12 years, the audience, they've got jobs now.
Yeah.
And they're like, Samurai Jack is nostalgic, but at the same time, you want to appeal to them, you got to get serious about it. And they got serious. Like the whole like tone of the season, like Samurai Jack was like, oh man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find a way back, gotta get back, Samurai Jack, back to the past. And every episode was standalone. There was no season arc as far as what they were doing.
Everything was contained in an episode.
With this one, because of the direction of popular media, is season arc.
It's telling this
so now
ongoing story.
So now we've got the story arc over the season.
But I think that's how you need to end something like Samurai Jack. Like it's okay for in the middle, and they would have like
it's great. It's perfect. It's
beautiful. They would have like multi-part storylines mixed in there. Some of them were two episodes long, some 3 episodes long. But you're right, that is just because back when the original 4 seasons were on air,
don't do that. You might have like a to be continued, but
like, you could watch episodes out of order.
No TV shows did that. Like another example, South Park, which I don't know if you care for South Park because it's kind of that kind of humor.
Not really, but I appreciate what South Park does.
And what South Park does is becoming pretty brilliant lately, not because the content is getting more intelligent, because it's really not, but because they seamlessly transitioned into the seasonal story arc.
From standalone to seasonal.
So
that's cool.
So they've seamlessly done that, which if you are just like kind of a casual, like, I want to flip around and stuff, in South Park, the episodes, you might get a little lost and confused now. Because you have to follow along with it. But I mean, that's with Samurai Jack, like, we're all fans. Like, people that are excited to see it, they're excited and they will watch the entire season.
Yeah.
And, the themes are accurate too. Like, it's been an entire decade. He didn't just take a nap. He's been trying to get back for like 10 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
It's a 50-year gap.
Yeah, for him, 50 years.
Yeah.
And he's not aging. He's timeless, so he's immortal, basically, from what he's discovering is he will not die naturally.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see what they've been doing with him. Now, that is just pretty much Genndy Tartakovsky and his team doing this. Like, I think they said that the only thing that I read an interview with him talking about the new season, and he said that the only thing they said no to was they wanted to draw an anus on a dog, and Adult Swim said no to that because that would be too much for the censors.
All right, 2 things.
Just a little X.
2 things. I've watched Cartoon Network, and I know that for that time slot, it's not uncommon to see an anus on a dog. And second, like, who like, was that an actual like official request? Like,
yeah,
we want an anus on a dog.
No. His team tried to, like, just with a design for a dog. That was just included, kind of like how cats will walk around with their tail up. Well, you can see certain things,
but it's there. I mean, okay, if that's it, if it's not them just like going up and be like, we propose more anuses, and they just happen to have, like an asterisk. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's all they were going to have, and they said no, you can't do that.
That's weird.
But it's weird that they did that. But that's all that they have said no to. Like, everything else is just completely his vision. So I don't think he has anything to do with his Mega Man cartoon.
No.
I would love it if he did.
Now, I don't know, because I've got an argument that I've posed before, not with you, but with other people. I don't know if that would be considered something as far as like censorship based off of sexuality, like something sexual, but
or crass.
It seems like violence is okay, but like certain like other like you've got blood and people dying, and that's okay. As long as there's no anuses to be seen on any animals that would naturally have an anus.
Right.
Like that's interesting that like it's such a dark season, yet that's where the censors draw the line. I draw the line on a dog with an anus.
Yeah. And I mean I've seen
You're lucky he has a nose.
You know what's funny? Do you know what does you ever seen any Simon's cat videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
Cat has one.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
It's just a little dot.
A lot of things that have.
A lot of things have I know, anuses. But it's just, I'm with you.
Let's compile a list of cartoon anuses. See how long we can get it. But yeah, I love Simon's cat.
Mega Man probably won't have one.
I never once felt that I should sense. Mega Man wouldn't have one anyways. And first of all, Mega Man pollutes. All right, Mega Man's got to be
because he runs on oil.
Tray. He's got to have a drip tray somewhere.
He's got to have his oil changed. And then
exactly.
where do you put the oil? It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, whoa. We will not have a drip tray.
That's just too far with Mega Man.
You have to go underneath so that you can unscrew so that you can let it drain.
Oh, and by the way, you know what else is on Cartoon Network that kind of fits in with Mega Man? The Sonic Boom Show, which apparently it's much better than the game. The actual show that they made, I don't watch it, but I've heard good things about it.
I was obsessed with Sonic when Sega was young, and when the Genesis was all the rave.
And some shows have been
up to Sonic 3D Blast. They lost to me because we all know why.
Yeah, but as far as the shows go, those have kind of been a mixed bag. Some have been very good, like the SatAM series. Others have been really bad. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Some have been kind of a mixture of both, like Sonic X. I feel Sonic X was okay.
What was the one where it was the 3 Sonic kids?
Sonic Underground. That was bad.
That was. My daughter loved it for a while.
Oh my goodness!
I was watching it, and I was like, man, Chili Dogs.
I heard about that. I heard about that show, and then I heard like the premise. I'm like, that's the dumbest premise for any Sonic thing ever. So.
Back to Mega Man.
Maybe Mega Man. The reason why I bring up Sonic Boom is like a lot of people like the show. Maybe it will be as good as Sonic Boom because they're going to probably put them in the same time slot, like maybe for an hour. Just have like it's our video game character hour.
In my brain, I was like, how can we include them in the same universe? But we can't.
Not universe. Although the comics, the Archie comics, have done crossovers with Sonic and Mega Man.
And so through the power of Archie, we can say that it is candid.
Archie's doing a really dark adult themed show.
Well, let's not get into that.
I'm just saying.
That ain't Archie.
Yeah,
it's just some people that
just like this is probably not going to be Mega Man.
They had the rights to it. Like, who needs 50 Shades of Archie? Why would you be doing that? Why would you be doing that?
I don't know.
Ridiculous.
He doesn't even look like Archie.
No. Jughead, aka the drug addict. It's like you could tell he's probably the bad guy because he's the drug addict and he's named Jughead.
They're clearly out of ideas, but we'll see. I don't like judging things strictly on art direction. Although, like I said,
I'm hoping that it's going to be some good, and I'd like to hear about stories. So when it starts coming, we should have a conversation.
And what I'm really worried about is I'm really afraid of Capcom being like, oh, well, if this doesn't do well, I guess people don't like Mega Man. It's like, no, that's not what it comes down to. What it comes down to is you don't know what to do with Mega Man because clearly they don't.
Capcom's not going to ghost Mega Man because it's just too good of an idea. And honestly,
make a game with him in it.
The gameplay just keeps getting better and better and better. The Zero games, man, what great gameplay. I love it. Like, It took Mega Man and it brought it, even though it was just handheld, it was such a great game.
I would like to see them have a new generation of programmers come in and just see what they could add to it. I mean,
especially with the Switch,
and especially with Mighty Number 9 doing what it did. That was. It's kind of looked at as it's not a very great game, but it still sold well because people still want to play those types of games.
Yeah, like crazy ninja platformer games. We've got what is it, like N Plus on the Xbox,
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's a super simple stick figure-y ninja game, but they have all these puzzles where it requires multiple players to do the same puzzle in different parts, you know, to progress
right
through and beat it. And we'll have friends over and we'll just start playing that game, and it'll go on for hours. And it's just super fun. It's just a bunch of crazy platformer, you know, dodging bullets and missiles, and, you know, jumping through all these different traps.
Yeah.
And it just gets super crazy. That's a lot of fun, and it's not beautiful at all. I mean, it's literally like one of those handheld ink games.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much the extent of the art for it, you know, but it's still like real fun just because platforming is super fun.
And when they made Mega Man 9 and 10 a few years ago, those sold well, even though they looked like NES games.
You know what should be brought back? Because I think it's time.
What's that?
We need a serious Mega Man Legends reboot.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
tired of these card games, the electronic circuit world. Like, oh, you know what's selling real good right now? A bunch of kids in school that jack into this online where it doesn't even
I'm
matter.
a hacker. You're not a hacker.
No. It's like, okay, what you're teaching kids is the real world's terrible. Let's go play World of Warcraft forever.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I think Mega Man Legends was really interesting. I was really looking forward to the third one, but they canceled it. Yeah. Kaiji Inafune left the company.
The first game had so many characters that are just like named characters, and you're like, wow, they went through the depth of naming all the non-playable characters.
Right.
That was supposed to be a very integral part of the plot, but like the Mega Man Legends, that first game was amazing and
short.
Yes, and it was short because they cut out so much.
They were supposed to go to other islands.
And they ported a lot of that to Mega Man Legends 2.
Yeah.
But it just felt like, you know, there was so much they could have done.
They
just didn't have the time. And now I think that enough people are thinking back, you know, on how awesome that game was, and we really need to just redo it.
I would appreciate anything Mega Man, though, from Capcom at this point. Just make it so that it's not a dead series anymore, because right now it is. Yeah. And maybe this cartoon show is signs of things to come turn around, but I just hope that they're just like, you know, well, if the ratings don't do well, then we're not going to touch Mega Man for another 5 years, because that'd be sad.
I bought a Mega Man 9 t-shirt. No, it was a gift. It was a Christmas gift. Yeah, it was a Christmas gift. But I picked it out. But Mega Man 9, when the Nintendo Wii had that straight for download for it, and it went back to the NES graphics.
Right.
It was great. And I even paid for downloadable content.
Yeah, because they had DLC in that.
I owned merchandise.
Uh-huh.
I paid for downloadable content for, you know, a bunch of stages that they had, and Proto Man, and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
And I absolutely loved it.
Why does he only block when he jumps? Why does he only block when he jumps?
Hey, man, be lucky that he blocks at all, okay? Proto Man's like Mega Man, only on easy mode. You just gotta jump all the time.
Yeah.